Why do people buy altcoins that are not outperforming the lowest risk asset, Bitcoin? It is that simple. What wrecked people is they trade Solana, SUI, XRP, whatever it is against USDT.
Yep.
They don't have that 3-dimension of how is it performing against Bitcoin.
Yep.
So whenever I trade any crypto, let's say SUI, I look at USDT and I look at Bitcoin. And USDT, it could be performing incredibly well, but you check it against Bitcoin, it's still in a downtrend. So why, like some of them, just picking off SUI as an example, was like 65% down against Bitcoin.
Yep, it's been hammered.
Wild.
Yeah.
But people still buy it. People still hold it in the hope.
Yep.
And it's nothing more than hope. It's not data-driven analysis. I hope this is the bottom. How many times do people say that about Ethereum?
Yep.
I hope this is the bottom against Bitcoin. It kept going down and down and down. And that was another 60 something percent down against Bitcoin. So if you just sat in the lowest risk asset and you waited patiently until we see a confirmation of trend directional change and consistent outperformance. I'm not talking about a daily green candle.
Yep.
I'm not talking about 1 week of green candles. I'm talking about a consistent uptrend.
High highs, high lows.
Exactly. And a clear market momentum change. Bitcoin needs to be performing above really that 100K. The short-term holder cost basis is 98. Huge stumbling block. Psychological level 100K, huge stumbling block. The 21 and the 50 moving average on the weekly, not daily, weekly, huge stumbling block around 102K.
Yep.
115K is a massive area that we must reclaim. And then obviously the prior all-time high. So there's all these levels that we need to reclaim before we see any kind of real altcoin performance. Where people got it wrong is investing in alts when they should have been in Bitcoin. Where people got it wrong is they were trading daily charts in altcoins. If you go and look at the recent performance of XRP against Bitcoin, 2 massive daily charts, huge outperformance. People buy that performance, 100% retracement, all within a week. So if you look at the weekly candle, you zoom out to a week, you wouldn't have traded that because the wick goes up and the hammer comes straight back down and it's still below the 10 EMA, still below the overhead resistance level. So what my advice to anyone would be watching this, if you do venture out into altcoins, which most people do because they're gamblers, they don't have the strategy, they want to get out performance, like not even against Bitcoin, they just want to perform. They think by buying something that has a lower market cap, it's going to perform better than Bitcoin. That's a false premise that people keep following and buying into because the reality, the data doesn't show us that, apart from privacy coins, which obviously we can touch on, and centralized cryptos as well. But shifting that mentality away from daily candles to weekly candles, I need sustained performance above resistance level, a close on a weekly, which is Monday morning here for us, 10 a.m. in Brizzy. When it closes that weekly above resistance, when Bitcoin closes 95K above the weekly, then, okay, cool, we've got clear directional change and now I can start to layer in. I don't go, okay, 50% of my portfolio into SUI. I say, right, 2.5% here, above this level, 5%, above this level, 10%. Strategically building, turning the dial rather than being 30% of my portfolio bang straight in. I think this is the bottom. Like, don't think, trade on data, trade on outperformance against Bitcoin, and then only trade into Bitcoin when it's outperforming gold. And that's what I love about the multi-dimensions that you can have now in your portfolio because of Pax Gold.
Yes. Yep.
Why buy Bitcoin when gold is destroying it?
Yeah.
And then when you look at gold against Bitcoin here, if we close above the 200-week moving average against gold, then you like 50+% of your portfolio should be in gold, not Bitcoin. If we close below the 10 EMA on the weekly chart, then there's clear, it does look overheated to me. 3 momentum indicators, RSI, MACD, stochastic are all pointing down. Then sure, reduce your gold stack right down back into Bitcoin. Like, have a multi-dimensional portfolio. It should be stacked around 3 things: gold, BTC, USDT. If gold isn't beating USDT, don't be in the trade. If gold isn't beating Bitcoin, then be in USDT.
It's easy when you say it like that.